Hello everyone, it's a beautiful evening, have an awesome sunset going on, and I thought I'd go outside and get a walk before it got dark and just enjoy the weather. By the way, this is one of my favorite shirts. Isn't it cool? It's got a monarch, and then on the back, yeah, you got all the stages. Anyways, random thing, insects. The poem I'm going to be reading is kind of about insects, but not. I'm going to be reading a shortened, modernized version, and the name of the poem is called The Fable of Bees, or Private Vices, Public Benefits. And it was a very controversial poem back in the day, but it's also got an interesting history to it in a sense that impacts your life more than you might know. Anyways, this poem was written originally by Bernard Mandeville. In a bustling hive, bees thrived. With laws and arms, they truly thrived. Known for their science and industry, their government was famed, you see. No slaves to tyranny's embrace, nor wild democracy's chaotic pace. Kings bound by laws ruled with care, insects living like humans fair. They mirrored our actions, large and small. In town-like deeds they gave their all. With deft precision they did toil, crafting wonders with secret coil. Their world, unknown in human tongue, yet matched our tools, our songs they sung. Though they lacked dice, their kings still reigned, guarded realms where play remained. Millions filled the fruitful hive, their efforts thriving they did strive. Some sought to satisfy desires, while others quelled destructive fires. Furnishing half the universe, their labor never knew reverse. Some gained riches with little strain, while others toiled their strength in pain. Mysteries few dared apprentice, yet they mastered without repentance. Sharpers, parasites they pursued, crafting lives with cunning shrewd. Knaves they were, but in essence same. In every trade deceit became. Lawyers raised feuds, splitting cases, opposing reforms in shady places. Justice blinded by gold's glare, dropping scales when bribes filled the air. Physicians seeking wealth and fame, neglecting health, a damn shame. Priests hired for blessings divine, few learned, most ignorant in line. But all found favor in their creed, their vices masked, their virtues freed. Soldiers fighting for honor's claim, some for coin, some for valor's fame. Their kings were served, yet often fooled, by ministers who schemed and ruled. Pensions small, they lived in pride, claiming honesty, though cheats they hide. Frauds rampant, no truth was told, deceit seeped through every fold. Vices, nursed in ingenuity's spark, joined with time, lit the dark. Crafting comforts life's true bliss, yet vice the root could not dismiss. Their laws and clothes ever in flux, what was right turned to mistrust. Honesty, when finally embraced, revealed crimes stark and debased. The nation in shock saw its wealth fade, as honesty reigned, vice was laid. Prices dropped, the guilty faced, justice served the corrupt displaced. Physicians healed, not for wealth's sake, but to ease the suffering they'd take. Priests served the gods, their vices gone, their services true, their hearts undone. Officials lived within their means, no longer scheming, no more schemes, no more excess, no more pride, simple living side by side. The hive, once bustling, now serene, with honesty their lives redeemed. Few remained, but they stood tall, fighting for the commonwealth for all. So let complaints now fade away, for honesty makes a great hive stay. Enjoy life's comforts, in peace abide, with virtue as our constant guide. Fraud, luxury, and pride may dwell, but from their ashes honesty shall swell. So, what makes this poem neat? Well, first off, it was originally published in 1705, and I suggest looking up the original poem because it's different from this. It's longer, it's older English, it's harder to read, but it's good. It was published again in 1714 in a book form that included an essay that talked about the lesson at which to teach. Now, what's interesting about this poem from an intellectual perspective is that it anticipated the idea of an invisible hand 70 years before Adam Smith more eloquently stated the idea in his book titled The Wealth of Nations. And it does this by putting forth the idea that the private vices promote industry in an economy. So it starts out talking about the bees being like people, and they all have their different fields that they work in, but they're all corrupt in different ways. And because of that, there's more wealth, there's more luxury going on. And it's an interesting poem that it's the first to kind of capture and try to describe the effect of an invisible hand. So if you keep in mind that while it's correct in saying that profit and loss systems of the economic market can take people who are inherently selfish and turn them into altruists in a sense by forcing those people to stay up all night and figure out how to make people happy, that's our modern take on it. In Mandeville, he wasn't saying that at all. He's rather making the argument that was very fallacious and wrong if you were to look at the argument and analysis intellectually, because contrary to what Mandeville's saying, say former casino workers or people who are doing bad things, the different vices, if those things were taken away, people wouldn't just simply be living in simpler living, and all these fewer people would survive. Those people in reality would find new jobs, different ways to live, and it wouldn't necessarily impact the market in a economic sense because people continue to grow and do stuff. So anyways, it was a controversial poem, like I said, because people at the time thought he was trying to tell people that vice was good. And in a sense, he kind of was, but that's not the main essence of what he was trying to get at. And that is just that not everything that we perceive with our eyes can be known. And there's an interconnectedness in economies that when we try to meddle in it, the invisible hand, the things that we do not know, have impacts in different ways. So anyways, I'm rambling. I'm sure I could have said things better, but it's an interesting historic poem and I thought I'd share it. So with that, you have a good day. Be good to people. If you have the sunset and you're able to go see it, go see it. Yeah. You only have so many days that you will be able to see them. So take care.